today's video, we will be building a vampire lair in the world of Forgotten Hollow on the Fledermaus band lot. So this video will be the last video of my Spooky Week series. And today is Halloween if you're watching this on the day that I post this. So happy Halloween to those of you who celebrate. I just love spooky season. I love fall. And I had so much fun making the videos this week. So yeah, it's been fun hanging out with you guys this week. So back to the house. This ends up being a 2-bedroom and 2-bathroom house. I'm using just the base game and the Vampires game pack. So I wanted to make it limited build for everybody. I originally envisioned this build being for 3 Sims plus an infant on the way, but I forgot that the coffins only sleep 1 Sim at a time, and I really wanted to use the coffins in this build because in my personal gameplay I just use regular beds for my vampires. But I think there should be enough room in the primary bedroom to remove some stuff and just add an additional coffin, but we'll see that space when we get there. So at this point, the shell of the build came together rather quickly. I'm just adding some windows on here. And I'll talk about the windows more a little bit. I know I kind of added a lot of windows, but we'll talk about that later. But everything exterior is vampires. The brick, the columns, the spandrels, the freezies, everything, or however you say those, freezies. I don't know what those are called, but everything's vampire. Okay, so now we're going in to create our floor plan. I have our living room sectioned off over there to the right. I just sectioned off the bathroom. Then we have like an open entryway. Our staircase is going to be there. Okay, came back upstairs where, like I said, we have our 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and then like an open landing area. So just getting that vampires flooring in there, and then getting those vampires tiles in there in our wet areas. So you saw me map out the kitchen and the bathroom downstairs. So I wanted the lighting to be like mood, like ambient lighting. So I'm using those sconces paired with the chandeliers from the vampire pack as well. I really like those chandeliers. So going in with the wall color, I wanted to use this red color, but I was thinking that it kind of clashed with the red in those windows, so I just opted to use like this beige tan coloring instead. I'm just going in and changing some of the swatches. Now I'm going to go to the kitchen. I thought about using those base game counters, but in the end I just ended up using the ones from Vampires in a white swatch, and then using those stainless steel appliances from the base game. Looking back, I think I forgot a vent hood, but vampires really don't use the kitchen anyways. Just getting a little bit of clutter for the counters, and also placing those radiators because I figured that this would be a kind of older home that's just gotten renovated over time. So I swapped out the fruit bowl in the kitchen for what I'm envisioning to be like some old bread or something like that. And then I'm also putting cobwebs because, like I said, vampires probably don't use the kitchen all too well, or all too often rather. So moving on to the dining room, I'm also using the table and chairs from that vampire stuff pack, getting a base game plant for the middle. I thought about putting like some scuffs and cracks on the wall, but I didn't do that just because I'm like, just because they're vampires and they're old doesn't mean they have to live in a rundown house, right? So we see I did move that window from the back over to the side, and I realized in editing that I didn't place the window in the correct position. So unfortunately it's like that on the gallery, but it'll be an easy fix if you want to download this build. So moving on to that runner rug from the vampire pack, I'm going to put that in our entryway along with like a table. I'm going to clutter that up as well. I'm also not going by any budget, so we're going to put some pretty expensive items in here because, again, they're vampires. They've been around a long time, so they have accumulated a lot of wealth. So going back into the living room, I'm adding a fireplace, and I also should have added a chimney stack outside, but I didn't. Going to put the big old picture of Vlad in there. Moving back to the entryway, putting the shoe rack and a coat hanger out there. Also grabbing the sofa I didn't grab the love seat. I think I just grabbed a chair for the living room. The area was kind of small and I really didn't want to make it any bigger. Putting an organ in this weird nook back here, and I also thought about putting some seating back there as well, but we'll change that here in a little bit. Getting a chest table and then doing curtains. So about the curtains, I try to put curtains on every window because they are vampires and I really like the way these base game curtains looked, but when I was taking screenshots I realized that they were clipping, so you could just add additional ivy to cover that up or change the curtains altogether. I really didn't want to use the bulky ones from the Vampires pack because I kind of thought that they were like clashing a little bit. So yeah, I was doing a limited pack build, so was working with what I had. So I wanted to put a bar in here for entertaining, so I'm just kind of reorganizing. So I shuffled the organ to the back and put the bar, and I kind of liked the positioning of that. Grabbed that grandfather clock and put it in our entryway as well. Now I'm going to go back into the living room, add some bar stool. Okay, I thought let's do the bathroom then. So everything's from Vampire in the bathroom. So I just placed everything and just going to change the swatches. Okay, we're back in this little nook. Going to add some bar stools. And then I think, oh yeah, we're going to find something for this corner just to kind of fill up the space. Then we're going to move on. Adding the staircase or the railings and fence for the stairs. And we're going to move on to our bedrooms. So the one with the bay window, that's what I'm envisioning to be like the primary bedroom. So you see how we could kind of shift some things around to put 2 coffins in there for a couple. But just getting our curtains for every window up here. And then I just placed the coffins in there to see how much room we had. And then also a chest of drawers, or maybe like an armoire, whatever it's called, whatever you want to call it. So again, just placing some pictures from vampires. I thought about changing the wall color in here. Well, not thought about, I did change the wall color in the bedrooms. So we'll see where we land. Okay, I know I'm bouncing back and forth, but I was kind of trying to do both rooms kind of at the same time. I'm going to go with the blue swatch for our secondary bedroom. So I'll just change the color of the coffin in that one. And I'm going to go for this green color in our primary bedroom. So changing up the swatches of the dresser armoire situation to match the color of the coffin. In this corner here, I'm going to put some seating. So I'm thinking you could probably remove those chairs, kind of scooch the red coffin over a little bit, and we can probably fit 2 in that area, so that this room can be for a couple, because this is the room where I placed the bassinet. So like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm envisioning that the female sim is either pregnant or just recently had a baby. Going back to our secondary bedroom, I'm thinking this could be for a young adult, maybe a family member, like a cousin, or maybe not their child, maybe their sibling or something like that. So just putting a computer in that room. Now coming back out into this big open landing, I'm also going to put a computer out here as well. And I really like this desk. I think it is from base game. I really like the way it looks. So just scooting the window over a little bit so we can put this bookshelves here. I think these are my favorite bookshelves in the game. Outside of the ones from the Book Nook kit, I really like those from Book Nook kit. So I thought about changing the swatches of the wallpaper downstairs as well, but I just decided to stick with the beige that we had going on. So I'm getting a rug in the dining room. I'm just changing the swatch there. Okay, yeah, now we're gonna go outside for landscaping, and I just tried to make it match what we saw in the world. So these pine trees, the little dead trees from the Vampire Stuff pack or game pack, these little dead bushes, and now I'm just running some ivy up the side of our build. It's all dead, but I still thought it gave our build some more character. So just doing that. At this point, you really can't see the curtains clipping, but like I said, it's whenever I did the screenshots, they were clipping for whatever reason. So not really sure if that happens in live mode. or sorry, not, yeah, maybe maybe they just clip in live mode. So getting these gargoyle statues to frame out our front pathway. Looking to see if I was looking for the fountain because I knew I wanted to use a fountain for our front yard as well. Looking back, I probably should have scaled it up a little bit with the tool mod. So getting a stone pathway for our front. I saw that the plant was kind of coming outside, so kind of moving that around. And then you saw me place those tombstones in the back. I'm going to have like a makeshift graveyard. And it just happened to be a coincidence. I planned this build out way before I figured out about the Life and Death expansion pack. It's like I like playing The Sims, but I don't really keep up with the news or upcoming packs just because the anticipation will just drive me insane. So now with the news of that pack being released, I think this will be a good build for maybe somebody that like a ghost or something. You can transform this build for that. So it should be fun. So I added some outside lights and then just shifting some things around just to make everything look more cohesive. Then I realized that I never put anything in the upstairs bathroom, so I went back and I'm doing that now. Just changing the swatches just to make it look a little bit different. And then I realized that maybe the wall tile didn't look the same as the floor tile. I didn't know if it's the lighting in my game or my eyes or what. So I just went ahead and switched the tile to a gray instead of that bluish color. Just finding some more clutter to fill out our downstairs area. I did put a TV in here, and then I also wanted to put like a retro music player in here as well. We got an urn, so maybe there's some family members that passed on before us. Getting some utensils for the fire, like the fire poker. I'm just updating some swatch colors, seeing what looks best here. So only thing we're going to do here is just finish up some final touches on the inside, and then we're going to work on our graveyard on the outside. Pretty much just going to fence that in with the vampire fencing, a gate. I'm going to add a little seat for like, I don't know, mourning or whatever you can do with the new pack. At this time, it hasn't been out yet. So before we head into screenshots, I just wanted to wish you all a happy Halloween again. Please be safe if you go out trick-or-treating. Be very careful. We want our friends to come back and be safe. So, of course, this build will be available on the gallery under my EA ID, which is SirenaSimsYT. That information will be found in the description box below, as well as any other additional information about the build. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and tell me what your favorite part was in the comments. If you would like to come hang out with me again, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post a new video. Until next time, toodles!